Starting with the name of Allah, the most compassionate and most merciful. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Hope you are fine and doing well. Today we are going to lead with a sixth lecture, and that is types of family. Now, in regard to the previous lecture, today we are going to discuss a bit in details about what is the types of family institutions. There various types and the merits or demerits of some of the family types. Though it is not important to know all the things regarding the sociology, but being as a humans, we have to know about our own society, because many things in sociology we are taking from the foreign countries. In sociology is a foreign subject, but of course, if the subject is foreign, but we will convert the foreign idea, the foreign concepts, in the foreign important points in our own context in Afghanistan. We will get helps from those that we are studying here, and we will give a reference to our own country, and we will utilize the idea in our Afghanistan context. So now we are discussing regarding the types of a family. So family have different types. First is on the basis of residence. ما انواع مختلف فامیل را داریم که اولین نوعش با اساس بودباشش از جایی که ما شما زندگی میکنیم زندگی کردن هستند. اول به نام matrilocal هستند. So matrilocal in this is a type of family, or matrilocal residence is a type of family in which the female has got more important, and more importance is given, more authority is being given to the females, is more important than of the male members. So in this kind of residence, the husband of the newly married couple moves or goes toward the residence of the wife parents. And ما میگیم که وقتی که عروسی صورت بگیره خانه داماد میشه. Patrilocals, so this is the reverse of matrilocal. In this type of residence, the couple moves toward the residence of the husband parents, and the couple start living there. It means more importance and more importance being given to the male members, so the wife should stay with husband wife. That is called patrilocal residence family. Changing residence, and this is a system in which either the family is not permanent system of living, either they are living on the spouse parents, sometimes with the wife parents, sometimes with husband parents house they are living. That is called changing residence. یعنی گاهی خانه خسر زندگی میکنه، گاهی خانه خود زندگی میکنه. That kind of family is called changing residence. فامیلی دیگر به نام new local یا new local است. When the newly married pair maintains a separate household and live by themselves. وقتی که اردو همسر زن و شوهر بعد از عروسی به خودش به خاطر بودباش زندگی یک جای جدا، خانه جدا تعیین میکند، در اوج زندگی میکند. نه در خانه خسر میباشه، نه در خانه خودش میباشه، ولی یک خانه جدا جور میکنه. این نوع فامیلا به نام نیو لوکال یاد میشه. مثلا کسی عروسی کرد میره یک جای خانه را پیدا میکند، مثلا در اوج کرایه میشه، یا مثلا از فامیلی خود دور میباشه، همراه همسرش در اوج زندگی به سر میبره. That is called new local family, like most of Pakistani societies. So Pakistani societies are new locals, so they do not get married until they do not make their own house. Once they find their own house, their own business, then they do marry. So both couple live in their separate house. They are not living with their father-in-law and mother-in-law. They live in their own separate house. So that is called a family on the basis of residence. And we have family on the basis of ancestry. So patrilineal family, in this type the line of a descent is traced in the father and grandfather line. This lineage is decided through the father. This system is dominant in our society. یعنی امو اعضای فامیل یا اطفال فامیل که هستن با امو طرف پدر که میره. That is called patrilineal families. In matrilineal family, this is opposite to the above. In this type, the lineage is determined through the mother. یعنی از طرف مادر چیز شروع میشه، شناخته میشه فامیل ها را. So that is called matrilineal and patrilineals. So the more thing that we are facing in our society, that is patrilineal. It means children goes to their father sides. So we have another type of family that is based on authority. Based on authority, we have patriarchal family. Patriarchal family. یعنی معنی این هستند که در اینجا پدر کلان خانه می باشد، هر چی که پدر گفت اون آخرین فیصله پدر هستند، یعنی کل قیادات و صلاحیتات دست پدر است. اونا فامیلا طبعا در افغانستان ما که شما که دارین mostly their patriarchal family. So the family in which the authority rests within the hands of the male members, or male is the head of the family. So what the father says, that is the final decision. No any other family member can change the decision of father. So such kind of system which exists in a society, in a family, that kind of family is called patriarchal family. So most of the family in Afghanistan, they are patriarchal. So that is patriarchals. So whatever the father decides, that is the final decision. And matriarchal family is opposite to patriarchal. So the family in which the source of authority considered as the female head. So all the matter is decided by the mother and considered as the final one. So here all the decisions are in the hand of mother. What the mother say, so the father and other family members are not there just to be opposite to the decision of mother. What the mother say, that is her final decision, nobody can change. So a family which are led by the mothers, and mother are the head and authoritative members of a family, so that family is called matriarchal family. یعنی هر چیز در دست مادر می باشد. مادر چیزی که گفت گپی آخرینشان است، کسی در تغییر در گپی مادر آوردن نمیتونه. یا این نوع فامیل هایی که در اوج مادر کلان فامیل باشه به نام matriarchal فامیلیت می شود. Equalitarian, it means when both father and mother share in making decision and are equal in authority. Equalitarian باز به شکل مساویانه پدر و مادر امو صلاحیت‌های خود را و تصامیم خود را امرای یک دیگر شیر میکند و هر صلاحیتی که شان رسن و هر چیزی فیصله که صورت میره با اساس مساویانه صورت میگیره. هم پدر و هم مادر در اوج نظرش گرفته میتونه در بعضی قضایا. این نوع فامیل ها به نام باز ایکوالیتریان فامیل یاد میشود. همینطور ما فامیل های دیگری داریم به نام basis on the basis of marriage. طوری که این لکچر ما شما سرشان بحث هم کرده بودیم. So we have family on the basis of marriage, monogamy. As you better know that monogamy, the system in which the person is allowed to marry only once. So this is a popular form of family in the world as well as in our society. تقریبا که انسان یک دفعه رسی کنه، یعنی اجازه یک دفعه رسی داشته باشه و یا همچنان یک دفعه رسی کنه در طول زمان خودش، که معمولا در دنیا مونوگامی هستن، یعنی مونوگامی سوسایتی از زیاد هستن. اکثریت مردم که هستن یک دفعه رسی میکنن. اینا فامیلا به نام مونوگامی یاد میشه. باز پولوگامی که است، that is the poly means more and gamy means to marry. It means to marry more than once. So this is one man is married to two or more women at the same time. Also to marry more than once is the polygamy, and it has itself some two types. One is polygyny, another is polyandry that we discussed in the lecture of marriage. So we have family on the basis of monogamy family and polygamy families. Any two types of family we have regarding the marriage. So that is another types of family that we are having based on size and structure of family. We have conjugal or nuclear family. So what is this kind of family? In this form there is husband, wife independent children, whether that are unmarried children. So that is called nuclear family. در فامیلی که در اوجا husband, wife و dependent children باشد و یا unmarried children باشد، اینا فامیل منامی nuclear family یاد میشه یا conjugal family. So joint family, the social unit consisting of several generations of kindred living together under the same roof or in a joining compound. Husband plus wife plus married and unmarried children, brother and sister, who all live under the one roof. This kind of families are called joint family system. So another family that we are having, that is consequent family. It means husband plus wife plus children plus blood relative. یعنی شوهر همراه همسرش، اطفالش و از خودگیای دیگری که رابطه خونی داشته باشه، ما او را ما چی میگیم؟ فامیلی کنسیکوئنت میگیم، یعنی رابطه از لحاظ بلد داشته باشیم ما شما، اون را فامیل بنامی consequent family یاد میشه. So this family is about the family on the base of structure and size of a family. این سایز از لحاظ تعداد و همچنان از لحاظ ساختار فامیل. So we have another type of family that is called family model به نام family of orientation. کسی که در کدام فامیل که پیدا شد و به نام family of orientation یاد میشه، و کسی که در کدام فامیل بعد از فامیل وقتی که کسی عروسی کرد، یعنی باز او را ما family of procreation میگیم. This is family of procreation is when a person gets married is called family of procreation. It means husband family is for the wife and the wife family is for the husband is the family of procreations. Now, as we discuss about the joint family system, یعنی خانواده مشترک به شکل مشترک، کسایی که کلگی زیر یک چتر فامیل زندگی میکند و در بود و باش داشته باشه، joint family system از لحاظ آشپزخانه، از لحاظ مسائل اقتصادی، از لحاظ هر چیز که هستن مشترک باشه، اون رو به نام joint family system یاد میکنیم. So مشخصات یک joint family system چی هستن؟ We're going to discuss each and every one. The first characteristics of joint family system, that is depth of generations. It means that the joint family system consists of people of 3 or more generations. It consists of 3 or more generations, including at least their grandparents, itself parents and children, sometimes other kids and kin such as uncle and aunts, cousins and great grandsons also live in a joint family system. It means all of them. It starts from the first generation to grandparents, grandchildren, sons, and so many. So it means that the generation is very long, it goes. So that kind of family in which all of them are living together under the one roof is called a joint family system. So common roof. Members of the joint family reside together under the same household due to security of accommodation or due to educational and employment problems. Member of the joint family may reside separately. Still, they try to retain regular contracts and feelings of belonging to the same family. Though if it is about the educational, for the purpose of educations, temporarily they just go for the purpose of education, family members are going, or for the purpose of education, security problems, so they leave their family member and go somewhere else. But still they have a relationship with each other, they have a feeling with each other, and they are being fed from one place. So that is called the characteristic of a joint family, which they live under one roof. Common kitchens. So members of this family eat the food prepared jointly at the common kitchens. Normally, the eldest family members of the family supervise the work of the kitchens. It means that elders of the family members of females are supervising the kitchen's activities, and they are being just engaged in eating from the same kitchens, which is called a joint kitchen. Another thing that is common property is another characteristics of a joint family system. So it means that the property which are in the family, that is common for everyone. It means it's not a private property of each and every family members, but it is a common for everyone. Everyone you can utilize the property. And as well as another thing that happens in a joint family system is arranged marriage. Means in the joint family, the head considers it as his privilege and they arrange the marriage of their members. The individual rights to select his or her partners are not considered. So they're undermined, they're ignored. It means individual rights are not there. Family member will choose the life partner for their son and daughter. So the youngster member really challenging their decisions and their arrangement, regular contracts. So that is what another characteristic of family in which no one is having the rights just to choose their life partners without the consent of the family members. So arranged marriage is the characteristic of a joint family system. Procreations. So the size of the joint family is by nature bigger. It is found to be associated with a higher rate of production. So it is also because in the past procreation was regarded as a religious duty. So members rarely practice birth control measure, but today situation has changed. It means that regarding the number of children, that how many children you should have, that in the past the people were thinking that it's a religious duty, that we need to have more children in the family members, and there should be no family control, family planning. It means that no one was allowed just to have only 2-3 kids. And regard to this, in procreation, the number of children were not limited. It should be more and more in large number. So that's why, but this situation now has been changed. Now it depends upon the family members how many kids they would like to have. So, but in a mainly joint family system, the father and mother suggest and they want and desire to have more children, grandsons and sons. So this is the characteristics of family, joint family system. So these family system have merits as well as demerits. هم خانواده مشترک هم فایده داره هم نقص داره. یعنی فایده و نقص اردوش داره. فایده هم داره نقص هم داره. میایم در مورد فایدهش اگر ما گپ بزنیم که merits of joint family system چی است؟ It is stable and durable, ensure the economic progress, serve as a social insurance company, provides social security, helps in social control, promotes cooperative virtue. So these are all the merits of joint family system. It means the families are stable. They are having a very strong bond of relation with each other. It may exist for a very long time. So there is the surety of economic progress, because all of them are, many of them are working. So if one of the family members is not working, he is a jobless, but he is being economically supported by his other brother, because the system is joint. If the jobless are there, but they are being economically and they are ensured that they are being supported by other family member. So that is the joint family systems. So they serve as a social insurance company. It means that the family members are being kept as an insurance. Like insurance companies are giving the insurance of your life and your job insurance. Their life is also their social insurance in the family members, and they do know that if whatever happens to me in the family, so my elder brother, my other brother, fathers are there, that they are being supporting me on the spot when I'm facing any problem. So another good things in this joint family system is providing social security, as I just mentioned earlier. And it helps in social control. So the family members are being controlled from their father's side, from their mother line, from their brother line, from their sister line. So everybody is just having an integrated interaction with each other. So they would like to implement a strategy and policy that all of them are having a close relations, and everyone is being monitored from very close angles, and nobody is allowed to do something which is against the family norms and cultures societies. So that's why the joint family system helps in the social controls. Promotes the cooperative virtue. It means that a joint family system, it is promoting and enhancing the feelings of cooperation and coordination with each other, that we have to, in each family member should be cooperative with each others. So these are the merits. Let's go ahead with some other merits of the family joint family system. For example, division of labors. So in joint family, secure the advantage of division of labor. Here, the work is distributed among the members on the basis of age and sex. Every member in the family is given work according to his abilities. Every phase of family life is managed by all members, including women and children. It means that work is being distributed among the family member upon their capacity and capability as well as age and sex. Everyone work is known, that who to follow which work, what to do, what not to do. Division of labor and division of work is being secured in a joint family system. Economy and expenditure. It means a joint family avoid unnecessary expenditure of separate household establishment. Savings are possible in joint family system. Since the household purchase are done jointly, a joint family requires large quantity of commodity for its consumptions. They can be purchased at the time at a lower price, and thereby many can be saved. So mainly the many expenditure, the economic expenditures in a joint family system, they are avoiding and preventing the unnecessary expenses of the family member, because they don't consider that every family member should separately live in their own household, but they are living under the one roof. So specifically they are going to buy many quantity of items in a time where there is the price are very low. So then they utilize these quantity of items in a times when they required when it is required in the required time. So it means that nobody is allowed to do expense to spend money on their own wishes, but it's being wished expense by the wish of the members of a family jointly. And as well as there is a protection from division of land. Another important function of the joint family system has been the protection from division of family properties on land holdings. Fragmentations and division of land holding has been responsible for the small output of agriculture product as we find them today. But the joint family system held the property in common, and as a result of this, the economic utility of joint holding was much higher than it's today. It means that in order to divide the lands, the joint family protect this one, so that fragmentations and separation of the land is not possible there. So because everyone have a close relation with each other, so they would like to live in under one roof, close to each others, and being utilized from one field, from the land which is being jointly utilized by all. Only a small member, if sometime it happens that they will divide the land, but for agriculture products, and because of the agriculture products just only for a temporary time, but not for all over the time. So joint family system will protect the land divisions. So another thing that we're talking about, that is social security. The joint family provides a social security to the weak, aged, sick people, family members, the disabled family member, the needy family members, old age peoples, sick peoples, weak peoples, and disabled peoples are being socially secured in a joint family systems. They will not consider anything that they would happen something bad in their life, because they are socially secured in the family. Other family members are there just to consider their problems. An individual life from cradle to cremation is looked after by the joint family. In time of accident, crisis, and emergency, one can rely on one's joint family for the help. If anyone is facing any accidental or any emergency crisis problems situation in a country, in a society, that person can get the help from the joint family system because he is being secured there. There no problem, no tension for him. Similarly, for the people such as orphan, widows, the deserted, divorced, separated, and the neglected, the joint family provide protection. It gives them food and shelter. So, orphans whose father or mothers are died, widows whose husbands are died, and as well as the divorced, as well as the separated and neglected families who are living there, they are all being protected socially in the family. They are being provided food and shelters. They would not think that they are not part of the family. So fifth one, that is satisfaction of basic needs. In a joint family, your basic need will be fulfilled. So by living in the joint family, a person is provided with all his basic needs such as food, shelter, and clothing, irrespective of the fact that he is an earning member or non-earning member. The family sees that no member of the family goes without food and shelter. माना इन्हीं हम ज़रूरत या वलियाई मौशुमा در एक فامیلی مشترک مرفوع می شود. ضرور نیست اگر شما وظیفه نداشته باشین، بیکار باشین، یعنی درآمد نداشته باشین، مشکلی نیست. اعضای دیگری فامیل برای شما هم غذا و هم شلتر مهیا می سازه. این همو فایده یک جاینت فامیلی سیستم هستن که ما شما تشویش نداشته می باشیم. امی قسم rearing of children، یعنی پرورش اطفال هستن. The ideal place for the upbringing of children is the joint family. The joint family not only consists of young couples but also the old and aged person who live together. The old and aged person have a rich experience of life. As a result of this, the grandfather and the grandmothers always look after the children of their sons and daughters in their older generations, is capable of inculcating the best of the family tradition and wisdom in them. Yani پرورش و تربیه اطفال در یک فامیلی جاینت فامیلی سیستم که هستند، چون در اوجا از لحاظ هر عمر اعضای فامیل در زندگی میکنه که تجربه خاص داره تجربه خاص می باشد و ما همه مسائل و همه مشکلات که یک فامیل عضو یا خانواده روبرو میشه میتواند از طریق توصیه و پیشنهادات و تجربه کلانهای فامیل مرفوع شود. به این خاطر در فامیل های کلان شاید یک از فایدهش نمی باشه که اطفال از لحاظ زاویه تعقیب و مراقبتش می شود و تجربه خاص را می گیرد از اعضای فامیل خودشان، جایی که کسی که در خانه مشترک زندگی می کند. So that is what the best family tradition and wisdoms are learned in a joint family systems. So social virtues یعنی عملهای اجتماعی خوب را ما که وقتی میآموزیم میتونیم ما یک فامیلی مشترک بیاموزیم. Joint family fosters great virtues like sacrifice, affections, cooperation, spirit of selfless service among its members, and make the family a cradle of social virtue. Under the care of elders, the undesirable and antisocial tendency of the young are checked and they are prevented from going astray. All family members learn to obey family rules and respect the elders. در اینجا ما چیزایی اما خوب را انجام میتیم میآموزیم و را پیش میبریم. هر کاری غلطی که انجام میتیم از طرف فامیلی اعضای فامیلی کسایی که عمرشان زیاد هستند و ما را از اینمی رای غلط و انجام دادن فعالیت های غلط ما را چی میکنه، ما را پریوینت میکند، یعنی ما را نمیمانه که در راه غلط برویم. یعنی هر چیزای قربانی را یاد میکنیم. مثلا کلگی فامیل یک نفر کار میکنه، مثال قربانی میده به خاطر فامیل نانآور فامیل خود دیگه باشه، یک نوع قربانی هستن که این یسار قربانی اطفال دیگری را میآموزند. همین قسم همکاری که ما در یک خانه مشترک زندگی میکنیم، در یک فامیل مشترک امرا یک دیگه همکاری داشته باشیم، برادر خواهر برادر مادر امی بچه کاکا کلگی در یک فامیل که زندگی میکنه همکاری میکنه. So we are learning the good things in joint family systems. Social control, so family members are being controlled by the other family members in a joint family system. So joint family system, by exercising control over the behavior of its member, acts as an agent of social control. So the individual are taught to subordinate their individual interest to the group interest. The elder members of the family keeps a close eye on the activity of every individual. Therefore, deviant behavior means the bad behaviors, normally is not found among the members of the joint family system. So یک کنترل اجتماعی موجود می باشد در یک خانواده مشترک، یعنی فعالیت های دیگر اعضای فامیل را توسط کلان های فامیل نظارت می شود. اگر غلط باشد منع می کند، اگر درست باشد تشویقش می کند. و در اینجا نقطه دیگر که بسیار مهم هستند، مفاد فردی نظر به مفاد گروپی کمتر هستند، یعنی یا به گروپ یا به اعضای فامیل فایده میرسانه و فایدهش به اعضای فامیل کلگی گروپ میرسانه، نه که به خود برسانه. که را ما میگیم individual interest to the group interest. همین قسم provides leisures، یعنی تهیه کردن وقت تفریحی به اعضای فامیل. It provides opportunity for leisure to its members. Since the work is shared by all the members of family on the basis of age and sex and experience, they get more leisure time. More people can finish their work with limited time and provide enough leisure to the members to relax. یعنی چون تعداد فامیل زیاد هستند، کارها به اساس عمر یک انسان کاری خود را انجام میده، به اساس جنسیت، به اساس تجربه هر کدام کاری خود را انجام میده. در فامیل خود کارها به آسانی خلاص میشه، همکار هستند به یک دیگر، وقت تفریح به اعضای فامیل دیگر میتونه که پیدا شود. می خاطر provides a leadership. It is possible only in a joint family, but it may not be possible in provide opportunity for recreations. So it's the same as like that. So joint family is an ideal place for recreation for all the members. Social and religious ceremony in the family bring pressure for the family member. The joint family plays the role of modern club without any adverse effect. در حالی که فایده داشت نقصان هم داره. Demerits of joint family، یعنی نقصاناتشان چی هستند؟ یک خانواده‌ای که کلگی اعضای فامیل در یک مشترکاً زندگی میکنند، نقصاناتش چی است؟ Demerits، disadvantage چی داره؟ Retards the development of personality, damage an individual initiative, narrow downs loyalty, promotes idealness, deny privacy, undermine the status of women. क्या कदमश मौजूद तशरीह में करें. Demerits of joint family. Any social institution come into existence around a cluster of usual activity, and we find that the joint family system performs some very useful functions. But with the passage of time and due to socio-economic changes, the original advantage of the joint family system started decreasing in many demerits of the system in marriage. The main demerits of joint family system may be mentioned as below. So many problems occur during the lifetime of a joint family system. So that maybe because of the socio-economic problems, that is maybe because of some other functions in the family members, creates a lot of problems. So that problem creates and it emerge some disadvantage in the system of joint family system. So now we are going to discuss each and every one. That is, for example, first we say home for idlers. यानी joint family system में क्या खाना है बेकारास यानी बेकार مثلا نیاز که یک نفر کار میکنه دیگه کلگی میخوره یعنی it's a home for jobless people, idlers. So joint family is a home for idlers. Since all the members are assured of their basic necessity of life, many members do not take interest to earn their livelihood. When a person can eat comfortably without exerting himself, he is unlikely to indulge in any strenuous activity. یعنی یک فامیل اعضای فامیل کار میکند و دوگرا مطمئن هستند که ضرورت زندگی اولیه ما در این فامیل برآورده میشه، پس ما کوشش نمیکنه که کسب و کار کند. این یک نقصانش است. دوم نقطهش که است retard the development of personality. شخصیت انسان در پیشرفت شخصیت سازی انسان مشکل پیدا میشه. In joint family, there is a very little opportunity for the fostering of individual autonomy or self-defendence. in each انسان در اونجا احساس خودمختاری و احساس اعتمادی نداشته باشد. یعنی این هستند که وا مربوط به فامیل دیگه هستند، یعنی به اعضای فامیل دیگه مربوط است، دیپند به دیگران میکند. The whole environment of the family is not congenial for the growth of individual because he is bound by the minutes, rules and regulation framed by the head of the family who looks upon man and woman as a children even though when they attain adulthood. یعنی در یک فامیلی که در اوجا همه اعضای فامیل چی برادر چی خواهر عروسی کرده باشه نکرده باشه، در یک انکل کاکا و بچه کاکا کلی که در یک فامیل در یک چادری زیر یک چادری فامیل زندگی کند، در اوجا مشکل پیدا میشه در شخصیت سازی. یعنی یک شخصیت سازی مکمل و به شکل درست به شکل مثبت یک طفل نمیشه، توجه به او نمیشه، ریتارد میباشه، یعنی نادرست تربیه فامیل تربیه اطفال صورت میگیره. همین قسم lack of initiative for hard work، یعنی نبود ابتکارات به خاطر کار کردن یک زحمت کشیدن به خاطر یک کار، هر احساس میکند که برای کار میره پیش میره بیادر میکنه ما چی کار دهی خدا اینقدر زحمت بکشیم، به این خاطر lack of initiative for hard work. هیچ کس یک ابتکار نو نمیکند. In a joint family, all the members are required to pull their earnings into a common fund and every one of the family has an equal share in this fund, irrespective of his earning capacity. As such, there is no correspondence between one's efforts and his reward. As a result, a member, even if he is capable of doing hard work, does not do so because he knows that he is capable of doing hard work, does not do so because he knows that he is neither going to get all the benefit of his neither hard work nor he is going to be rewarded for his hard work. یعنی کوشش میکنه که اگر ما چقدر زحمت هم بکشیم مکافات نمیشیم در ایدام فامیل بازو خدا اما تو پس میمانه، یک ازمو یک ابتکار انجام نمیده، کار انجام نمیده. خوب حتی میتونه که کار از دستش میشه ولی نمیکنه در یک فامیل مشترک. اگر فامیل مشترک نمیشه باز ازمو که ظرفیت خود هر چقدر که داشته باشه به خود یک کار میکنه. در اینجا اعضای فامیل باز امی کمبودی داشته باشه که به یک زحمت کشیدن یک ابتکار نمیکنه کار انجام بده. این یک امو دیس ادوانتیجش است. فامیلی تنشن اند کلاشز، معمولا در فامیل مشترک ها فامیلی که مشترک باشه بسیار مشکلاتی تشویش‌های زیاد پیدا میشه، جنگ و جنجال بسیار زیاد می باشه. So the joint family is a hard bed for tension and dissensions because there are varying degree of interest with clashes with each other and result in quarrels. Frequent quarrels among women and between elders and younger members are common feature of many joint family system, even in India, in Pakistan, Afghanistan, and many other places. So that is what specifically tension clashes more happenings in Indian societies. Divorce take place because they are not really much religious societies. But here in Afghanistan, there is cultural restrictions are there, religious restrictions are here. That's why so family tensions are not that much. They don't know each other regarding the culture. Whatever happens in the family, they don't want to expose to the others. So that's why this is another things which happens in joint family system. That Why we give the example of India? Because more family tension and clashes are being aroused in Indian society. So that's why we give that example. And denies privacy. In a joint family, privacy is denied to the newlywed couples. The invariable presence of other family members ashame the bride, and she cannot freely talk to her husband. And any natural love between husband and wife is prevented from blossoming. Overcrowded houses are also found to have harmful effects on children as well. یعنی محرومیت چیزی که پرایوسی شما هستن و شما از دست میدین در یک فامیلی که مشترک باشه. یعنی هزبند شوهر و همسر نمیتونه طوری که یک روابطی که یک شوهر و همسر داشته می باشد او را اظهار بکند در یک فامیل مشترک. یا شرم است یا مثلا مشکلات دیگری فرهنگی هستند که باعثی میشه انسان از لذت زندگی برده نمیتواند. یعنی it denies the privacy and it's not possible in a joint family system. So in another things that جایی که در اوجا رشت فامیلی مشترک باشه، رشت بسیار زیاد باشه، حجم تعداد انسان ها زیاد باشه، در اوجا تاثیر بد بالای اطفال دارد. صحتش بخاطر صحتش هم مضر هستند. So it denies the privacy. And unfavorable for saving and investment. You cannot save the money and you cannot do a good investment in a joint family system. So the joint family is not favorable for accumulation of capital. When one has to share one's income with a large family, it's not possible to save much. There is no inspiration for the accumulation of capital and investment. Lack of capital accumulation hinders economic developments, and it's always possible to happen that you would not be able to save your money and do a more investment in that family member. That is in giant family system. So as well as poverty is فقر یک نقطه مشترک در یک مشترک فامیل هستند که هم مگی امرای یک فقر روبرو میشه. So the condition of joint families is found to be poor. Poverty is mainly due to the idleness of some of its members, lack of incentive for hard work, absence of any scope for initiative and enterprises, and higher birth rate. فامیلی که در اوجا اطفال زیاد به دنیا می آید، تعداد زیاد اطفال باشد، یک نفر کار میکند دیگرها بیکار باشد، این خودی فامیل را به طرف فقر میبرد که یک امو از مشخصات از یک از نقصانات یک فامیلی مشترک می باشد. And low status of women. حیثیت زن در یک فامیلی مشترک باز پایین می باشد. An important feature of the joint family system is the low status of women. During childhood, a woman is subordinate to her father, during youth to her husband, and during old age to her son. This low status has meant several disadvantages to the women folk have no right over family property. They lead a very miserable life because they are generally they are generally harassed, they are generally tortured, they are generally pestered by in-laws, particularly mother-in-law. On the other hand, they have to work hard for the others. باید به خاطر دیگران کار زیاد انجام بده. از دست خشوع خود یا روزی درست نداره. باید کار زیاد کند. حیثیت زن در یک فامیلی که مشترک باشد زیر سوال است، یعنی حیثیت نداره. مثل حیوان ولی باید شب و روز کار کنه تا که رضایت فامیلت به دست بیاره. So status of women has been totally destroyed in a joint family system. So that is what we discussed today regarding about the merits and demerits of the family of joint system. And another thing that is another thing of demerits of joint families, more children are being expected from the side of the mother and father-in-law and husband. Another result of a joint family system is the uncontrolled reproduction. The joint family system is found to be associated with a high birth rate, especially as a Hindu is supposed to have a male child to support him during his old age and to offer him penda. It means support him. Even if a person has a large number of daughters and does not have a more male child, he does not stop reproduction till a son is born. Besides this, since the joint family takes the responsibility of rearing of children, nobody feels the necessity of restricting the number of issue. So mostly we are giving the example of Indian society. You might have heard, or you might have seen, you might have visited India, or you might have watched in movie that many Indian families along with their children, they are living alongside the footpaths in open places because of not having their own houses. So it's because of what? It's because of the overpopulation, and it's because of disorganization of system there. So Indians population is more because there might be not the restriction of family plannings. So nobody is restricted to exact number of children, but everybody is wish to have more children. So they do this because they would like to have to be supported by their male child in their old age. So in a joint family systems, everyone is encouraged to have more children. So this may be another disadvantage of the or demerits of the joint family system. And finally, child marriage almost take place in the joint family system. Another evil influence of the joint family system has been the practice of child marriage among the Hindus. Old and aged people want to see the marriage of their grandsons and granddaughters in their lifetime. This has resulted in the evil practice of child marriage, as well as it happens in Afghanistan as well, but it's not that much as it happens in foreign countries, because in Indian societies, the Indian nations are very poor. As I told you, they don't have a place for their residence. They they pass their life on the roads and footpaths and open places. So even though they, when their childs do not fulfill the age of the legal age of childhood, so before that they are being married to the other people in the compensation of to compensate the money to get the money. So child marriage take place in the joint family system. Mostly it happens in Indian societies. And another things that which happens in the, it blocks the social change. تغییرات اجتماعی بسیار کم میاد یا هیچ نمیاد در فامیل هایی که در اوج نظام مشترک باشد. In the joint family is based on conservatism. یعنی کلگی فکرشان به conservatism میره. یعنی فکری مثل مردمی دیگرها که مثلا در گذشته زندگی میکرد مدرن نیستن، conservative هستن. تغییر نمی‌پاید، تغییر اجتماعی نمی‌پاید. Since it is based on tradition, it does not normally allow its member even to accept or encourage healthy social changes. حتی یک چیزی که برایشان مفید باشه، تغییرات اجتماعی باید زندگیش بیاید، اعضای فامیل اجازه نمیدن، نی تشویقش میکنه. سو یک چیزی که پریونشن میکنه یا پریوینت میکنه، اجازه نمیده که تغییرات اجتماعی در جامعه را بیاید، حتی اگر انسان برایشان ضرورت داشته باشه و مفید هم باشه. So that is what hinders social change. So this was today's lecture regarding about the types of family, and specifically we just focused on one type of family, their merits and demerits, that is a joint family system. Hope so you study all these things and see whether if that is good for you in Afghan society, so we have to adopt it, and if it's not good for you and there is more consequences, more bad consequences or we might face in the future, so we should not adopt it. So till then, till next lectures, just wish you all the best. Allah Hafiz.